post-COVID. And I am pleased as punch that it can be for someone like Julie Rodgers and the work that she's putting out into the world. So I think everyone at this point realizes that Julie is a writer. Yes. But I think to many of us in this room, she's so much more, including myself. Julie is one of my very best friends. She is the godmother to my loud, muppety children that are hopefully very far in the back. And she's a woman I deeply, deeply admire. So before we get going with our very brief programming, I just want to talk about Julie and take this time to acknowledge and honor what she's choosing to put out into the world. So last week I was very fortunate to be able to go up to New York City to the Tribeca Film Festival for the premiere of a documentary called Pray Away. And this is a documentary about conversion therapy that features Julie and some of the stories that she shares in Outlove. And it was an incredible experience. And I went into it. I've actually seen the documentary before. I know Julie very well. I've read her books, so none of the content is new. But we get there, and it's at Tribeca Film Festival. It's this outdoor arena, and there's this huge big screen with Julie's big, beautiful face on it, and Julie's watching Julie, and all these strangers are watching Julie, and it's this big cycle, and I keep watching it happen, and there's some heavy stuff in this film, and I watched Julie kind of open up some of her deepest wounds and revisit some of her darkest days. And I'm just thinking in my head with this real weird cycle with all these strangers who are not in our chosen family. And I'm like, who the F would do this? Who would make themselves this vulnerable? Who would do this? And why? And the answers to those questions are effing Julie Rodgers would do it. And she is doing it. And the why is what makes her exceptional. Because the why is because Julie, and I don't speak for Julie, but from what I've seen, is the why is that if that documentary or if this phenomenal book shows one person that there is a brighter path, if there is a path, that there's a path with less suffering, or even that there's just folks that exist on this planet that are here to love people as they came into it. That's enough. That's enough. And Julie, I just want you to know that we all see that. And we're all in awe of it. And you are so brave. And that is the definition of a selfless human. And we love you. And we are here to celebrate you. And the world is better because you are in it. And with that, I'm going to pass it off to Amanda.